those kids. I swear. Drink Nike. The long road to being a bum.
What are you looking at?
Your ugly mug. Tostadas.
I need to be a lot more high or a lot more drunk to be bothered right now.
Hey.
Don't be a jerk, or I'll just hang out with this cool dude. Doesn't really have a lot going on. Just hangs out in Good Neighbor for 42.5 levels now. Just hanging out in Good Neighbor.
What a day, huh?
I mean, for a minute it seemed like he was super busy. This guy, I think he's got twin brothers.
Excuse me.
All over. One works at Diamond City, and one's like a caravan hand. He's got one jacked into the memory den.
Test the weapons on customers I don't like. Feel free.
Hey.
What do you want?
Hey.
You need something, yes?
Running from something. Welcome home.
If I ever need repairs, you seem more than capable with your tinkerings.
Hey, was that you I saw at the barricades last night?
You were the one taking pot shots at that silver mule. That was some great aim.
I just remembered what my mother taught me. Shoot for the chest, ignore the rest.
Every weapon you see here could be the difference between life and death, baby.
Sure. Let's take a look.
Let's get you outfitted, killer.
Got a shitty selection this time, man. Fuck.
What the? You're mine now.
Hey, grab anything useful.
May I be of assistance?
Check it out.
Absolutely.
See if there's anything there.
I shall make
Take
this a
anything good.
priority.
Grab that.
I would be delighted to.
Get that.
I will attend
Pick
to
that
this.
up. Take that.
One of my duties
Grab anything
is to
useful.
serve.
Check it out.
Yes,
See if there's anything there.
at once.
Take anything good.
I shall make this a priority. garbage can, yes?
Hey,
Something from me?
hey, go check that out.
Someone there?
What are you all doing back?
How much you got left? Whole lot less of that.
Of course, no fucking missile launcher. It's a crying shame. I should look that, or yeah, I should see if there's a shoddy cast, or you know, I want to know what's the lore behind the municipal plutonium well. That's not the only one. You find one in like every city. Is that another one? Yeah, they're just like all over the place. These big giant. Are they mining plutonium out of the earth like in Boston? I thought Boston was good for slate. Not plutonium, but you never know. I thought it was in the desert, like where the Hopi Indians are from. In Arizona or whatever. New Mexico, I'm not sure exactly. I'm an idiot about geography, and then obviously it's not like they really teach us about Native American tribes. They try to play that shit down because they fucking, for obvious reasons. Let's not get too far into it without getting really depressed, huh?
Hey, wait there.
Yo.
A warm spot with a cold beer would heading my way.
Let's trade.
This is what I've got.
Oh jeez, are we really gonna be here for this long? Is it like, I thought I had 4 or 5 of them. Alright, oh, please bear with me, I'll tell you a story. Yeah, alright, good. I didn't have a story anyway.
Heads up.
What is?
Grab that.
One of my duties is to serve.
Get that.
I will attend to this.
Let me know if there's anything I can do to lighten the load. Or, you know, if you need anything proofread.
Sure, she likes to watch, eh?
Hi.
I have made a steam pack for you.
Yeah, I bet. So what are your thoughts? Picking up any tips?
Your thoughts?
This must be the downtown. How exciting!
Your thoughts?
I wonder if the data I'm collecting will serve any purpose.
That was all.
Not a problem. Let us continue our journeys.
Anything I can do?
Heads up.
You just say
Do
the
you
word.
need something from me?
Heads up.
May I be of assistance?
First rule of the city. Eyes up, weapons out. These folks are just looking for a hand. If you wanted to make me a second printing press while you're at it. More opportunities for an ambush around here than I'd like.
Bingo. Look alive.
You need something, yes?
worth taking?
At once.
Pick that up.
Absolutely.
Take that.
Yes.
See if he had anything worth taking.
I would be
Grab
delighted.
anything useful. Check it out.
Yes.
See if there's anything there.
At once.
Take anything good.
One of my duties
Grab
is
that.
to serve.
Get that.
I shall make this a priority.
Take that weapon.
Absolutely.
Pick that up.
I will attend
Take
to
that.
this.
See if he had anything worth taking. Grab anything useful.
I would be
Check it out.
delighted to.
See if there's anything there.
I will attend to this.
Take anything good.
I shall make this
Grab
a
that.
priority.
Get that. Pick that up.
Absolutely.
Look alive.
Here's what I have on me. Do you need something from me? Trade is good.
Hey,
Are you giving me a present?
Yeah, and they took away, like, when the game first came out, how we could, like, spam the special book and max ourselves out at 10 a pop from the beginning, and they, like, took away all, like, Bethesda games are, like, they kind of invented the fucking open world game and freedom of choice and freedom of choice as far as play style goes, the way that you want to play the fucking game. Excuse my language, sorry, it slips out like every other word. But, especially when I get, like, when I'm passionate about something. But, yeah, Bethesda, they just, I don't know what's going on with them. I feel like they are, that they've, I don't know if the ZeniMax got bought out or if there's changes in business structure, or if Todd's just put too much blow up his nose, or what, like, I just feels like the decisions are just, I mean, like, and I'm used to it from businesses, from companies, just the video game industry is becoming so, like, similar, whereas decisions are made off of profit and capital without that in mind, instead of, innovation or fun. Oh, what do we know will sell? What is tried and true? What is the least amount of risk? Yeah, You know, in Skyrim, I would tell her to pick up something, and she would pick up everything. And yes, it would mark it as stolen, so I could only sell it to a fence, but nonetheless, my companion would pick up everything in the container instead of me spending 5 minutes annoying the hell out of anybody that's choosing to watch, annoying the hell out of myself. Well, yeah. On PC, nothing's a problem. And then, well, I mean, okay, my first Bethesda game was Morrowind on the original Xboxes. My first Bethesda game was 10, 12 years ago on a console. But even then, there was a code. There was codes where you could refill your magic, refill your that was, like you had to learn it, and you just reminded me of it. I haven't thought of that in so long, but like I had it memorized where with the 6 buttons that were on the front of the old Xbox controller, the big clunky, ugly, unergonomic Xbox One controller. But there was like cheat codes, and then you could like walk on air in that game, and like I mean, just talking freedom of play, and what they're calling is streamlining and dumbing down for the masses. I don't think it's dumbing down for the masses. I think it's streamlining on their part, like lazy development, essentially. I mean, they. Ah, come on.
I believe we're supposed to file a police report, yes? And all the little things go in baggies for evidence.
Or just, yeah, or just like anonymous or old school when journalism used to actually be a thing, and they would interview somebody who didn't want to be identified. I got my headset off of eBay, you know, like I don't have it. I have $0. Plus, I don't even monetize my YouTube because I don't have a bank account. I'm an odd one.
Heads up. Take that.
I wonder how the Ebola, hepatitis, and influenza are mutated opposite.
What a thought, Curie. Thanks for putting that in my head.
Enforcers on the second floor. Kill on sight. Send reinforcements to the lobby in case there are more.
Hey,
Are you giving me a present?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's probably, well, I mean, it's gonna make a lot of money. Isn't there already, didn't they reveal at Niantic's parent company and stuff that they've got, like, intelligence community, and by intelligence community, I mean the agency and the bureau and you know, MI6 and all that kind of stuff, Interpol. Like, doesn't Niantic, like, don't they fall under the Umbrella Corporation? Like, yeah, it's no good. Nothing's any good. Video games? Look at this. Look at this. Here, from planned diversion programming. Like, it's just that, and none of it's any good. Now, video games, when I started playing them in 1985, I doubt it was that, but they definitely have gone that way. Military recruitment, and yeah, Pokemon Go. I remember when Pokemon put a bunch of kids, like 300 Japanese kids, into the hospital with, like, into comas in 2000, or, you know, around the 98, 99, 2002. So, I don't know. I grew up with Nintendo.
huh?
Unknown.
What's going on, John?
Yeah, well, they definitely, and that's the, yeah. Well, no, if it's some kind of a plot from intelligence agencies, it probably has something to do with trying to get the last pictures that Google Maps haven't gotten. I don't know. I really don't know what it is. I mean, there is that whole idea that they could just spawn a rare Pokemon into a place where they need some photo intelligence and let the kids do it for them. There's that, but then, like, you know, they're getting kicked out of, like, the Holocaust Museum and stuff at the same time. We've probably seen the same exact videos. And, you know, anything that happens in a election year is subject to, you know, extensive extrapolation, really, and
Good dad!
I'm interested to see where VR goes for the next 10 or 15 years. Like, I kind of predict a modernized opium den situation, you know, with people that are, like, hooked up to nutrient tubes, not coming out of the thing, machines or other people that are paid to basically give these people sponge baths, and they've got tubes down their throat, and, you know, they're, like, living in the Matrix voluntarily and paying $5,000, $10,000 a month to do it, you know, to live in this modern opium den of not coming out of the virtual reality, you know. It's like when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, and, like, was even worse at dealing with life, you know. I used to dream of that. Like, oh, I can't wait, I just would do it, I just go in, and I'd be in the Zelda world, and I'd never come out, I'd just be Link all the time, hitting pots with my sword to get hearts, you know?
That's it.
Some like New Jack City shit right there. I saw a really bad joke about taxi. I know it's not even tax season, but a bad joke. It was at Wesley Snipes' extent. I don't know. I think it's a crime to pay taxes. I'm with Snipes. Sorry. That's my ADD, dude. Just like, segue into like...
Where are you?
Barricade stairwells and hallways if you haven't already.
Did you hear something? Something. Hostilities resuming. These blocks.
Yeah. You ever watch that Wayseers thing? That thing, like, it gives me the, you know, like, I feel empowered about my fucking mental shit. Yeah, I call it ADD because that's the simple thing to call it. Yeah, I call it awareness and whatnot, too. I do better when I'm on Adderall, but I think that's because everybody could use a little speed in their life, right? But fuck, I haven't had Adderall in, like, close to 2 years, and my life's kind of spiraled the fuck out of control. I don't know, Fox Die? Like, I've been convinced since 1998 or whenever Metal Gear Solid was released, originally on the PlayStation original, I've been convinced that Fox Die was in the works, you know? Like, I've been convinced that Hideo Kojima is a crazy conspiracy guy, and that he's been trying to, like, hip, you know, dumb kids in the Western world to, like, some of the fucked up shit that their governments and multinational corporations and Genentech and whatnot out there in San Francisco Bay or get up to, you know? Like, Well, you know, the lawyers probably stopped using cocaine because they've been putting that pig dewormer in it down in Colombia or whatever. They found a really easy, cheap cutting deal, and it's a dewormer for swine, and it causes a chemical form of HIV in humans if you do a ton of blow, and it's got this dewormer in it. It causes like a chemical form of AIDS, not a form that you pass on to your partner, or you know, and it's a form that you can get over if you quit doing blow, but it like fucks with your immune system the same way as AIDS. And they're cutting the coke with it. So that's why the lawyers quit. Where'd that oh, where was he? Oh, you're not dead? I thought I got you. Kojima is a narcissist. But you know what, also? I think that maybe he chose to take his name off of that fucking game, because that game, that newest one, it doesn't match up to the standard of the 4 that came before. It's not nearly as good. I don't know, you know? It's who knows, because the shit is so locked down. And like, you know, press leaks don't happen as much in these other countries like they do here. They got that shit like on lock. I know people that have gone to China, like know people and talked to them, and like, you know, that have gone there and like had knocks on their hotel room door because they were trying to access a website on their laptop, you know?
You've lost contact with sectors 2 and 4.
Now China and Japan are completely different people with different governments and whatnot, absolutely, but I'm just saying, as a point, China's definitely way more hardcore about keeping their shit locked down, but these companies is what we're talking about. We're talking about a company, not a government. Yeah, coke's lame, but meth's fucking terrible too. I think there's a total conspiracy about meth. I think part of it is like the same as Fox died. They're gonna do genetically targeting fucking viruses to eliminate people because of world overpopulation. And so meth, I think, is part of you know, kind of a Darwinistic look at a population control. And I also think, oh shit. I also think that meth is that we're in this new age where we're trying to have everybody assimilate into this like Western culture ideal, you know, like oh hey, you know, instead of like you know what I mean, like well, racism and classism and shit have been a thing forever. And we're trying to eliminate that stuff, which I'm all for, you know, like, I grew up reading Bobby Seale and Huey Newton and Abbie Hoffman in the 60s, which were a failure, they failed, but, you know, 2 shots in the dark and now Huey's dead, but, so the meth anyway, I think that it's creating a new low class, a new people for everybody to shit on. Everybody can shit on the fucking tweakers, and not feel bad about it. Kick a tweaker in the teeth. Who cares? You know, like, oh, the baby died. Who cares? It was a tweaker baby. Fucking, like, so I think that's part of the. I got a crazy phone call today from some, and it was like, and it was, okay, it was a phone call. This person's called my house like 10 times. I've like 10 times in the last 2 months and left the same message. Is Nathan there? Is Nathan there? Just like that weird voice. Is Nathan there? And there's no Nathan here. And so I finally answered it today. And the first like 5 times that he called, it was like a 510 number. And today it was a local prefix, 707. And then so I answer, and he's like, is Nathan there? And I go, no, and I've heard your messages, there's no Nathan here, so you might as well stop calling, you got a wrong number, this is a new number, we just got the phone a couple months ago. Whoop de woo. And he starts going into this big, long, rehearsed salesmanship spiel about police and millions of dead cops every year, and sending something in the mail and wondering if he's gonna expect our support, like wearing this thing about cops. I don't know. I think it was either like a weird feeling out like where the country lies on, like, you know, cops in the streets with tanks, or it was like a thing kind of like trying to like the Blue Lives Matter fucking movement bullshit. And so I lied through my teeth and said my father was shot down in the street by 5 fucking pigs. They unloaded their fucking clips into him, and like 1 bullet wouldn't have been enough. And the guy was just fucking speechless. Well, this has been recorded, so I can't really respond to that. And I said, you know what I want, man? I want to see millions of dead cops hanging from the street lamps. I want the blood in the streets to run red with the blood. I know, I'm a fucked up person, but whatever. This random person was calling. They woke me up in the middle of the afternoon, you know? And I don't even know why I chose to share that right now, man. What was the last thing? China. Oh, the anti-government page. I think I'm being targeted just for talking bullshit. I've always talked bullshit. I think I've been targeted since elementary school. Don't think. The scent of a woman. No. Use the force. Yeah, it could be. No. Now they militarized the police because of the drug war. It was Richard Nixon back in 1960 when he declared a war on drugs. Richard Nixon declared the war on drugs. It wasn't Reagan, it wasn't Nancy, it wasn't Tipper Gore. It was Richard fucking Nixon, and they militarized the police then. They decided that this was a war on drugs, and they put the cops, who was before that, the cops were fucking Barney. I mean, not really, you know, it wasn't really Barney Fife or like, you know, Officer Mulligan just kind of swinging his baton, walking out, oh, hi, Jimmy, hi, Sue. It wasn't like that, but I mean, the cops weren't this military force. It wasn't us versus them as much back then, you know. It was the 60s when they were having, in the 60s, when it was protests and they needed to bust heads at the protests and shit, they called the National Guard out. They didn't have the police doing it. You know what I'm saying? It was at Kent State, when those 4 kids got killed at Kent State in '68. That was the National Guard. That was not the police. They militarized the police over the drugs, really, is this bullshit war on drugs. Nah, marijuana was made illegal that was more of corporations, man. That was Hearst and his newspaper empire, and he was good friends with the creators. This was like the 40s, and they were first creating nylon and rayon, which are the synthetic materials which hemp just wipes the fuck out of newspaper. You know, we don't need to cut down all these trees. We don't need to destroy the forests and the fucking world and the trees. We got hemp. Sorry, I'm not trying to argue with you. I think we have different sources. But check that out. Check out Hearst versus marijuana and rayon and nylon. I mean, we gotta blame the banking industry. Chase Banks, fucking J.P. or Morgan, fucking, that guy, that cat, and his family and his friends. They so much bad, so much shit is from him and his fucking crew. Oh yeah, well it's easier now. A lot of this breaks down into economics. A lot of everything breaks down into economics, and it's easier now to see. Back then, the plantation owner, the slave master, the slaveholder, you had to make sure that people were fed, housed, they were in good health. You know, you didn't want somebody dying of hoof and mouth disease or whatever. You know, like you didn't, you know, like people are taken care of to a bare minimum extent. We're not saying they were fucking lavished upon or anything, but now we're all workers and we're fighting over each other tooth and nail for that fucking job, all competitive. I'll do it cheaper, I'll do it cheaper, I'll do it cheaper, I'll do it cheaper, and you know, and like it's just and we're nobody paying for our health care. We got to pay for our rent. You know, like at the end of the day, how much money you got left over from your shitty fucking job after you pay rent and buy the food? That the prices at the grocery store just keep going up, and the food portions are getting smaller, and there's more chemicals and preservatives and Monsanto in there. Alright, have we gotten our, yeah, we got those back, good. And there's only one left, how about that?
Got it.
Teams. There's no meat in team. The new Tarzan movie, I ain't seen it. And then there was like the states' rights and people trying to secede, like, because things like James Pierpont Morgan were fucking getting into the federal government. They've been buying presidents since back then, man. You know, like buying presidents. Taft. It's not James. I'm saying it's Julius. It's Julian or Julius. I think it's Julius Pierpont Morgan. J.P. Morgan, owner at Chase Bank. I think Chase is one of the ones that, you know. But these guys have been doing. They sold the North like bad muskets that were blowing off fucking people's hands and shit, like in the Civil War. And then World War I comes around, and it's all bad. It's all bad. And then the railroad companies and the mining companies from back then, and it's all Morgan. And that's where it started. And they didn't even have personhood back then. Now we live in the age of corporate personhood, and it is a fucking free-for-all. But no, I don't think that. No, definitely not. Fucking Abraham Lincoln was a Republican. What did he care? Didn't he own slaves at one point? Like,
hey.
No, that wasn't.
Grab that.
Dude, and then, I mean, well, I don't want to even get when I'm afraid. I'm a poor person in America. I'm afraid to go to poor people doctors because I know about what happened in Tuskegee, fucking Mississippi in the 1920s. You know, like, I don't trust them at all. Eugenics and shit, you know? They don't want poor people breeding. That's why there's a Planned Parenthood. That's why they're like, oh, we'll snip you, we'll snip you. And then they make movies like Idiocracy and shit, you know? And I mean, like, I'm not dumb. Like Clayton, or Clavon, what was it? It's a great movie. I mean, like, I agree with a lot of that stuff. A lot of that. Idiocracy, I mean.
Get some!
It was George Washington, you know, fought Moby Dick, had wooden teeth. I cannot tell a lie. I did chop down the Carrie. Man, that's the kind of politician I want. One that cannot tell a lie. The founding fathers, all that shit, you know? Like, I'm ready. I want the nation to move forward. I just don't trust. I'm like a radical leftist, you know? I'm not. This progressive stuff, it just seems like, you know, okay, like, what are the big issues right now other than cops need to stop shooting black folk? Hell yeah, the cops have been doing that for fucking ever. We need to shut down the police. Like we need to shut down the drug war and shut down the police. But that's, you know. But what am I talking about? The big issues this year. The big issues are like fucking new bathrooms for people with with the money to afford like a 40, 50, I don't know, $70,000, $200,000 surgery. Yeah, those problems. That's what we should all be fucking getting up in arms and going to the internet and screaming our fucking hearts out about. Fucking these people who aren't happy in their own fucking skin, and they're gonna spend this much fucking money to change it, you know, because they saw somebody on TV. Like, that's just, it's not a real issue. It's made up during an election year so that during the time of corporate fucking personhood, to where these are the real issues. The corporations are still running the show. They're testing on human beings without your fucking knowing it. Like, the government's bought and fucking paid for, Democrat or Republican. Fuck Trump, fuck Hillary, fuck Bill, fuck Bush. Fuck Obama. He works for all the same fucking people. You know, he ain't no better. He's pardoned 78, 82 people or something from prison in his 8 fucking years. 82 non-violent drug offenders. I thought he was gonna do that shit across the board. Why the fuck isn't Mumia out? Why the fuck isn't Leonard Peltier out? Peltier. Now, Black Lives Matter is kind of, no, it's being co-opted is what's going on there. It's the same as with, what was that, Wall Street. The same with Occupy. Occupy got totally co-opted and shut down, and they made it into a joke. Black Lives Matter, actually, I read the whole list of demands. I loved it. I fucking loved it, dude. I said, you know what they need to do is they need to play some fucking Saul Williams behind that shit. Like, just really keep it going. But Black Lives Matter is actually a decent. I really like that list that they came out with last week. But it's getting co-opted to you know, to make it where it doesn't do anything. Part of the thing is COINTELPRO, the counterintelligence program, is they were originally set up to stop black social movements in the 60s. I think that a big part of that is because they're trying to get the gay community on the side of the government. They want everybody on their side. It's like, everybody needs to read 1984 again, which is my fucking Catcher in the Rye. I'm like stupid about 1984, but what was the real point? The real thing wasn't watching everybody, it wasn't getting into your diary, it was making you say that you love Big Brother. You're not gonna even let you die, dude, until you admit that you love Big Brother, and then you can die in peace, Winston. Then you can die in peace, but then they don't even let him die, they just put him back in to the machine, and then he sees Julia, and they both kind of have a weird, awkward moment at the park, and they both, and then she says, oh, I love Big Brother, and then the fucking book ends. That's what it's about, dude. They're just trying to get everybody. They're trying to get, you know, like disenfranchised groups that have been shit on for so fucking long, you know, like. It's like fucking when Scotland had the chance to leave the UK a couple of years ago, and then they didn't, and now they got the chance again because they left. It's like everything is coming together, man. We're in World War III. We've been in World War III for 15 fucking years. It's not going to say it's World War III until the history books are writing about it. But we're in World War III, man.
There we go.
Spotlight destroyed, huh? I swear it was just beeping at me while I was in there. Alright.
Heads up. Over here. Get back.
At least that's just what I think, you know, that they're trying to get everybody to say they love Big Brother, turn in their neighbors. Oh, I think that one might be a terrorist. You gotta remember that all that stuff that started under the Bush administration, that started under the Reagan administration, is just keeps moving forward. They haven't repealed that shit. They kept signing the Patriot Act in, you know, and now they're flying fucking robots around, murdering people with murder robots. And, you know, and they've been having us, I'm trained for it. Give me this job. I can do it really good, I promise. I'll be the best fucking murder bot controller, you know? Like, shit. But, no, not really. I don't want that job. I don't want to kill people. For a living. I'm just kidding. But, like, I don't know. And then I think that, like, Mayo Yanis, whatever, that Greek dude who, like, talks about how much he loves to suck the S to the D's, you know? Like, he's a big YouTuber. It's like, he's got all the SJ, all the women's are up in, all the uppity women's are getting all up in arms about him. But, I think that he's on Trump's payroll, man. Like, same with Gavin McInnes, co-founder of Vice Magazine. Idiot sold his share right before they went all big and got HBO'd up. But, you know, like, two sides of the fucking coin. I think they're Trump, I think they're paid by that cat.
I don't know the password. Tell us the truth.
He's a joke. I mean, like, I think that really it's been decided Hillary's who we're really getting because the Clintons and the Bushes go hand in hand. They're like, really, they're just tight. They're old Yale buddies. There ain't no difference at all there. They're the same exact thing. There's no Democrat, Republican, nothing going on there. And so we're gonna get Hillary. Trump's really just there to, like, throw the race like a boxer throws a match. Same as with Sarah Palin, 8 years ago.
Come here.
Are you here for the synth?
That's not why I'm here.
If you're not here for the synth, then you're here for me. What do you want?
I need what's in your head.
That you cannot have.
I suppose that's
Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump make me hungry for Twinkies. Lots and lots of Twinkies. I think I'm just gonna overdose on Twinkies so much that I'm not gonna be in control of my actions. Has anybody noticed what my name is for my player character?
Heads up. See if he had anything worth taking.
Oh, I gotta go. Thank you for watching. Tune in and hit subscribe. You're the best.